guys, it's Ilana. Welcome back to my channel. So I am going to DIY/upcycle some pieces in my wardrobe that I feel like just need a little bit more flair and edge to them. So today I'm going to be giving 4 items a makeover. I will be giving a makeover to these pants, which do not have pockets, these shoes, this hat, and this denim jacket. So if you're excited to see what I do to them, make sure you keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content on edgy and alternative fashion. So I'm going to be doing the pants first since I knew it was going to be really hard. So here's some things you're going to need. You're going to need a pocket. You're going to need studs, a needle and thread because I don't have a sewing machine, scissors, black fabric because apparently I only bought 1 packet of pockets. So basically what I did first was I had to make another pocket. So I took the black fabric that I had and I took like a metallic marker to trace around the pattern. It doesn't look the prettiest, but don't worry, it doesn't really matter. So I decided to just cut around that. And then I turned them inside out so you didn't have to see those lines. And there's the pocket template. And then I decided to turn the pants inside out since that would make more sense. So I could just kind of line up the pockets to see where they would go within the pant leg. And that was what I was going with. It didn't matter if they were 2 different colors. I took another pair of black pants that I had just to kind of see like what the measurements of a potential pocket would be. Sorry, you can hear my cat meowing. And I kind of did the same. I did about like 6 inches. But let me tell you, this part was honestly a complete fail because as I was marking things up, I did a really bad job. Even with the measuring tape, I still couldn't get it right. I am not a very crafty person. I mean, this was really hard. Props to y'all who are always upcycling clothes because I am so bad at it because just you can already see how terrible and uneven that looks. So anyways, don't worry, that will wash off. So here I started cutting the outline and I screwed up. There was 2 flaps there. It looks so bad. I cut around the lines just so I knew like where I wanted my pocket slits to be. So that is what I did. And then I started to take the pockets again and I took the top layer of the pocket and I kind of pushed it through the hole. Sorry, my camera keeps going in and out of focus. So that way I wouldn't accidentally close up the whole entire pocket. So you can see I'm doing it here. Then the next step was I sewed it off camera. I used a needle and thread because again, I don't have a sewing machine, but here is me doing that out of focus. Sorry, I don't know why my camera was not focusing in on the pants, but I am basically sewing that into the pants so everything is sealed together. And here is me doing it with the black pocket on the other side. This was an exhausting project, but I'm done. I finally have a pocket. So this was so hard to do. I'm sorry, like this is not really a tutorial. It wasn't trying to be, but basically I had to start sewing up here and then sew along the edge, but you don't want to get that corner. And then I had to sew the part that I cut into the pocket. So that way, it would kind of be tied together. Is it the prettiest? No, but it doesn't matter because I have a pocket. So I'm going to do the other one off camera and then we'll get to the embellishments. About 4 hours later, I finally got pockets. And when I tried these on, they are way too small. But look, I just took my phone out. I didn't realize how much weight I gained for these pants to not fit me anymore. But I'm still going to finish DIYing them. I do want to add studs because I do need to lose some weight. I do have some shapewear on right now, so I can fit into these. But I didn't do all this hard work for nothing. The pockets were hard. They're not the prettiest, but they have pockets now, so once I kind of shed a little bit of weight, these won't feel as tight. So now I want to add the studs. For the studs, I had these screw-on spikes that I got online, and it comes with a little screw and a leather pusher. So I also have a hole poker that I used to poke holes into the denim so I could get that screw in. But that's what it was looking like. I did most of that off camera just because I wanted to save power on my camera. But you can see that I wanted to do the outline as well along the bottom of the pockets. So that is what it looks like. It took a really long time to get those in too. So that's that. Well, I finally finished these pants with the studs. Is it the prettiest thing? No, but it's something I would still wear once I can fit into these pants again. So the next project is the newsboy cap. So I just needed some studs for this, and I also have a chain that I had that was way too short to use for pants. So one of the first things that I needed to do was to take the key rings off because I didn't need that, and I had to get those off in order to get access to the circular parts that attached it, because that is what I needed to use to screw the chain onto the cap. So before I did that, I just decided to get the easy part out of the way. I just took these studs that you can push into the hat, and it's pretty easy and you hammer them down. So to get the chain, I did this off camera, but I did a screw because it was very hard to punch a hole in it. That's my face that I made because I was so irritated. I know I'm really washed out. The lighting is bad, but I finally got the chain on. That was so hard, and it didn't help with my nails getting in the way. I really wanted the studs here to be on the outside, but it just wasn't working. So I just decided to do it in reverse where the screw was here, and that made it easier. I think it still looks cool. It still gives it a like grunge effect, and look, now it just has a little bit more flair to the hat, and I really like it. I'm really excited about how this one turned out, even though it took me 2 hours to do, which is sad. So now I'm going to do the shoes.
The next day.
Hello, it is the next day. I was crafting until almost midnight and I had to take a break. So today we're going to be doing the shoes and hopefully the jacket. So these are the boots that I want to kind of just elevate a little bit more, and I haven't worn them in a really long time. So here's the picture of what I want to recreate. Something similar to that, just to give it a little bit of oomph and edge. I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to use to try to make this happen. So I have these leather strip rolls. I have these rings that I just got off Amazon. Some studs. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use. A poking tool, a little mini screwdriver, the little leather puncher, and a hammer. And I will probably need a measuring tape. So let me show you how I did this. So this is faux leather strips, and I measured them out to about 13.5 inches. You will need 2 pieces for each ring and side. So basically what I did is I took my leather puncher and I punched a hole, and then I folded it over the ring and took one of those triangular spikes and basically took a screw in and then just screwed the spike into the hole so it would stay nice and firm and together. And I did that on the other side with the other strip that I cut and did the same thing so you could see that it would be fastened securely. And then I just kind of tightened it over just to kind of measure everything. And this is where I did the other ring because I needed to have rings on both sides so it wouldn't look kind of silly. So I pretty much did the same thing where I punched another hole and I had to take another ring. So I would go ahead and basically do the same thing, and I did most of that off camera, but you could see that that's what I had to do in order to fasten both things over the shoe so it would pretty much be kind of identical. And then I cut the excess off so there would be like that third baby strap. And so this is the finished product of the shoe. The glue is still drying. I wanted to originally put studs on here, but I felt like it was just too much. I think this already looks a lot better and cuter in my opinion. So I'm really proud of the shoes, if I do say so myself. They still need to dry, but once they're fully dry, I will definitely give them a test run. So next is this denim jacket. It's a little washed out because I have shitty lighting over here, but it's just kind of blah, kind of plain. It needs some love. I was thinking about adding some studs around the pockets. I would love to get some patches, but I didn't realize how expensive patches were, but I'm gonna see what I have, if I have any pins laying around that I could kind of put on here just to give it a little bit of more color to it, just because it's just a little boring. So we're going to kind of jazz it up and see what I can do with it. So for this, I used my poker to poke some holes on the top flap of this pocket because I was going to be using the square studs to pretty much pierce through the denim. I just wanted to get a lot of holes in there because the denim was pretty thick. I did use my hammer to secure down the spikes of the studs just so they would secure in place. So here is the front pocket all done. Just gave it a little bit of jazzy jazz. So I'm gonna do the other side, and I'm gonna do that off camera because battery and card memory space is precious here. So I'm gonna do the same thing around here, and then I'll add the pins. So I don't know if you can see that, but it has some gems on it now, which looks a lot better. God, this thing is enormous. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see because it's all washed out, but I want this to be an ongoing thing. I have a couple pins that I'm just gonna put on this. Patches are really expensive. I do think just adding the studs around the pockets makes that look a little bit better. I tried to do some studs like outlining the pockets, but the material of denim was too hard for me to poke the holes through, so that wasn't gonna work. So let me just show you some of the pins that I'm going to use. So I have this she/her pin that I got at a Portland Pride Festival, and the organizer that gave it to me was the Mental Health Addiction Association of Oregon. So I'm just gonna put that right above this pocket right here. And then my friend got me this Mushu pin when she went to Disneyland. So I thought that was really sweet of her. So I'm gonna pop him over here at the top and hope that stays through. I am Jewish. I've been to Israel twice, but don't worry, I don't hate Palestinians whatsoever. We're not going to talk too much about it, but I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm Jewish and that Israel is very important to my religion. So we are going to put this guy, we're going to put this right next to Mushu. And she looks better already. I do want to put some patches on here once I get some. I'll probably put one like here on this pocket, and then one on here in this pocket, and probably put some along the sleeves, and then some on the back. But I think the jacket looks a lot better than it did before. So tell me, which item did you like the best? Let me know down below on what you've DIY'd and upcycled with some of your clothes. I'd love to get some more ideas to maybe do in the future, and that way some other people who are looking at the comments down below can do so too. If you liked this video, do make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!